Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
KP, you just
We
waking
are
up?
here listening in. We're joined by Kenny Porter, and we're going to have Shawn Porter after a great victory over Andre Berto this past weekend in New York at the Barclays Center. Let's start with the coach, with the father. Grade your son's performance, and did he stick to the game plan that you set up for him going into this fight?
Nah, he didn't stick to the game plan, but
What?
he didn't stick to the game plan. But I have a situation with Shawn where we have an understanding that I know when he's determined to do something, I just got to start. At that point, I have to start leaning in his direction with the directions that I'm giving him each round. So he kind of got away from my game plan real early, and he made up his mind about what he was going to do. So I coached accordingly.
So, okay, then now we have to know then, how did he go off your game plan? I mean, you've known Berto for years. You've been screaming for this fight. We've been kind of beating the drum for you to get this fight too. What was the simple game plan?
Well, starting off, I actually wanted it to be a clean fight. I didn't want Shawn to go right at him early. I wanted him to get a few rounds, at least two, where he showed his boxing skill and his ability to land a clean jab, step around a guy, put a combination together, make a guy miss a combination, and come back with something and keep it, an early boxing match. But early on, Shawn just said, hey, I'm about to go get this guy.
And he did. He mauled him, okay?
Yeah. Hey, guys, unfortunately, because Shawn is not here with me, I got to get him on the line right now this morning because he's got an appointment this morning as well, so I got to get him on. Can you guys hold on?
Sure.
Thank you.
You are listening to the Morning Punching Show, the most unpredictable, authentic boxing morning show in the game. It is Monday, April 24th. For you just tuning in, we had a chance to talk to Jamel Herring about his potential next outing in the fight. Jake Donovan at the top of the show. RB is broadcasting from outer Mongolia currently to be with you this week. I'm in the LBC, no sea walking with Snoop Dogg this morning, but we are joined by our special guests, Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter, if you're just tuning in, said that Shawn did not stick to the game plan in his victory over Andre Berto, and he'll be joining us in just a moment to give his assessment on his performance. RB, like you just mentioned with Kenny, we've been beating the drum to see Shawn in another fight, so it's exciting to see him get this victory. We, at the top of the year when they were announcing the PBC and upcoming schedule for the year, we kept asking that question, where is Shawn Porter? So,
well, yeah,
good.
He was.
Hello?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds interesting. It sounds like we're underwater. I think that is Kenny trying to get Shawn on the line. Kenny, are you back with us?
Yes, we're back. Shawn.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those listening, we are now joined by Shawn Showtime Porter. Congratulations on your victory on Saturday night.
Oh, thank you very much. Just resting up. Still reflecting on it, and, obviously proud of myself and, ready to just, get recovered and get back to training and everything.
So how much time are you giving yourself to kind of bask in a victory, and what are you going to do for recovery? Are you going to do some yoga? Are you going to go out and jump out of a plane? What are you going to do for this recovery?
I don't think jumping out of a plane is considered recovery, but I'm sure we'll find something fun to do to fill the time that I have to recover from everything. I did some soaking last night in the ice tub. Was 44 degrees last night. I wasn't happy about that. I usually try to keep it around 50, but my dad been playing around with the tub. He thinks it's funny.
He got you.
Right.
He said that's
outside of that,
sticking to the game plan.
Yeah, outside of that, I think I'll probably just like you said, get a little yoga in And, mostly just rest up. I don't really have a time frame for, how long I want to, take off or anything like that. We usually just, we get the fights when they give them to us, So at this point, we'll rest up, and as soon as we're ready to go, we'll let them know, and we'll let boxing take care of itself.
Shawn, when your father joined us at the top of just a few moments ago, he said that you didn't stick to the game plan in the fight. What did you see in Berto that made you make the choice to deviate from the plan that your dad gave you?
I mean, I guess my first question to him would be, what part of the game plan didn't I stick to?
Okay.
Asking that.
Okay, well, when they ask the question can be misconstrued. It can be a very, very question. It can be very vast. So,
hey, man, don't be misconstrued in people.
My bad. I thought that was a direct quote.
Or misdemeanor like Adrian Bronner, right?
Lord, do you know who tried to kill Adrian Bronner?
No, I have no clue. But I do know if you got 8 bullets in your car, someone's trying to do damage.
Right.
So to be a little more specific in the answering the question was, did he stick to the game plan? Sticking to the game plan, that's like 100%. Sticking, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's like throwing a dart and hitting it direct center. That's sticking to a game plan. So he probably went, in that 95% range early on. He started going a different direction, and it's not like, he went totally to the left or anything like that at all, but it was me steering him back to that, to that point. So, it was one of those situations where, I was guiding him back there and he was kind of getting off of there and I was guiding him back. But, he wasn't, it wasn't like he was way to the left.
Shawn, you dominated the fight from the beginning until the referee stopped it. Did you expect to go to the distance, but in that ninth and final round when you were just pummeling Berto against the ropes, did you sense that the end was coming and that's why you kicked it up another notch?
Well, you know what? Throughout the fight, there were points where I had him on the ropes and I was really getting after him. And after those moments, I think once we got back to the center of the ring, it was for a few reasons. Number one, I didn't have the sense that, he was going to go anywhere. And outside of that, I knew because of, his record and, the things that he has done, I knew that, there was a good chance that he might be able to hold on throughout the entire fight. But, I never, questioned myself and my abilities. So every time I got him on the ropes, it was just a matter of, trying to hurt him and trying to give him a sense that I wasn't gonna stop. And maybe that would, let him know, that, hey, maybe it's time for me to take a bow. But, the very last time that I had him on the corner and in the ropes, I could see that he was a little dazed before he hit the ropes. And so, my thing was just keep going, and after a while, the ref finally did jump in and decided that Andre had enough that night.
Well, Shawn, you always make for good TV fights, and you're always such a class act. You're always in dog shape. We always know that you're going to go 12 if you have to go 12, but we always know that you want to finish the person in front of you. We want to see you more this year. After the fight, Keith Thurman seemed really, really open in granting you your rematch. He said he deserves it. He has earned it. Let's talk to Al. Do you believe it? Do you think you can get that rematch that you so desperately want with Keith Thurman?
I was with my friends yesterday, and we were talking about it. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to remain positive, and saying all that just to say, that's what he said. He was in the moment, in the spotlight, and, I understand what that feels like. You have to say the right things, to impress everyone and, give everyone a sense of hope or whatever, So Yeah, I mean, I guess in some ways he gave me a sense of hope, but it was like I told him right there in that moment as well. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but right now those are just a bunch of words. All I understand is yes. So yes would have been, that would have felt a lot better. I didn't get something as simple as yes, but I did get an answer. So we'll entertain that fight as soon as possible. And obviously Al Heyman knows what Shawn Porter and his team want. So hopefully we can make it happen. Okay.
I asked the Twitter fans last night, if they would rather see you fight Thurman in a rematch or Danny Garcia. And I must say about 90% of the responses that I got said that they would love for you to fight Danny Garcia.
Yeah, that's a fight that I would like to have as well. I think, I thought that his fight with Keith Thurman was, I didn't think that he won the fight. Honestly, I didn't think it was very close. But I do think that he's still a strong fighter. He's still a very good fighter.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that on TV that's a very good fight for fight fans, and it's a good fight for both of us as well.
At the conclusion of the fight, Shawn, you said that you wanted to work on headbutt, and just something you wanted to work on. How do you make that adjustment? And looking back, reflecting on the fight with Berto, how often was it a problem? Was it a matter of him coming in and you having to come in aggressive? What made you utter that in the post-fight? Because it came as a surprise that kind of just popped out of your mouth when they were interviewed after the fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought that it was, that was a very significant part of the fight. The headbutts were very, very relevant in the fight. Changed the way he was fighting. I think it may have actually affected him and hurt him at some points in the fight. Myself, I'm understanding anything can happen at any time. You just have to, stay focused and keep fighting. Ultimately the goal is to win. You can't let anything. Right. I can't let anything stop me. But saying all that, I just felt that was something that needs to be improved on, and it's something that we've talked about, something that my dad has really harped on in the past about me. My offensive attack and my approach in the fight. You have to recognize not only what I'm doing, but what my opponent is doing as well. And I could see that Berto wanted to get at me. I thought that my feints and my jabs were keeping him from, being able to use his offensive tactics on me. But there were also points where, collectively we both came in very aggressively, and headbutts were made. So in the future, not only do I set up my offense, but I have to also recognize what my guy is doing, how he's coming at me, and be able to keep my head out of the line of fire of the headbutts as well as the punches.
Hey, guys, if you let me interject here, Shawn, and back to things being misconstrued. When you say, I got to work on headbutts, that signifies or sends off an alarm. Headbutts mean that to people, you were trying to headbutt or someone was headbutting. You don't want to present it that way. What you want to say was a head clash or an incidental or accidental headbutt. But when they hear headbutt, they think someone intentionally was using headbutt. So that's what happens. Like, when it's heard, it's, they're headbutting. No, we got two guys who are both 5'7". We got two guys who are physically pretty much the same type of body structure. We got two guys that both like to come forward. So in that situation, two guys are probably going to have an incident or an accident where their heads clash. So that is more of the wording, and people take that, and when the first thing they read on the headline is headbutt, it sounds like someone was headbutting, when in actuality it was an incidental or accidental, as the referee said, clashing of the heads.
I got you.
Definitely. Anybody watching a fight doesn't think Shawn just came in like, trying to headbutt him during the fight. Exactly.
And I gotta go back and watch the fight, which I haven't watched it yet, guys. But I will be looking for, and I thought this might have happened, after the first round, when Shawn had redness over his eye, I thought to myself, Berto's going to try to open this up because this will give him an advantage in this fight. He's going to try to open this up. And that was the first thought that came to my mind. So I was trying to see if there were going to be tactics on his behalf. And I'm quite sure if you got a choice of being the guy that went down the way he did 3 times, or you got a choice of being the guy, I'm going to put my head down when he comes in, I'm just putting it down, he's going to put his head down.
Right. But
because he doesn't want to be the guy that was on the – yeah.
But let us just say that Shawn was excellent. He looked so sharp. He looked so crisp. He looked so prepared. And it was a wonderful exhibition of the hard work in the gym, the coaching, and just the preparation for this fight. And it was good to see him perform at that level on the big stage once again and remind the fans that he is here in the welterweight division and ready to make his statement. So kudos to the both of you for such a great statement win.
I love it. And the best part about it was, we got to the back room and, my dad and Coach Larry Wade, my other coach that's, right now my dad's right-hand man, they were talking about how focused I was in the ring and how well I listened to my dad. And, that's a part of the feeling that I get in the ring. I feel, like I need my dad. And I also feel like, if I'm doing the right things, then, everything is going to happen the right way, So that was definitely a fine example of someone being ready for a fight, not only physically but mentally as well, mentally prepared for what I was up against, and willing and wanting to win and doing everything I could to win. So definitely enjoyed the night and the fight, and I'm definitely feeling very, very blessed right now to be able to come home and relax and enjoy the fruits of my labor, which is right now just doing an interview with you guys. So thank you very much for the phone call.
Are you guys going to get another alpaca rug? Another alpaca? I didn't forget. Shawn, are you going to get another alpaca rug?
Am I going to get another what?
Are you going to get another alpaca rug to celebrate the victory?
Athena bought my milk last time, and just gave her a couple bucks.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and wrap, because it sounds like you are out in the field and we are closing up the show. So thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations again on your victory Saturday night, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Care.
Thank you.